All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show. Welcome back. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for tuning in. The wife is out of the house, ladies and gentlemen. She is gone. She abandoned me. She got smart. She left with some friends. Left me with no car. So, yeah. She deserves it. She deserves a night out. A night out. Man, sometimes you ever get that thing where you, like, your mouth can't keep up with what your mind is trying to say? It happens to me all the time. That's why I know I can't be a rapper. That I have no skills. You know. So, I woke up this morning and I was thinking about something. Something weird. So, several thousand years ago, a man was cold, right? And he saw that the seals were dancing and prancing and going underwater in the icy depths of glaciers. I know that's not a thing. I know that's completely idiotic to say. But there they were, nonetheless. And they weren't cold. They weren't even shivering like he was. So then he proceeded to get a stick and beat the living hell out of one, cracked the skull over the snow, painted red, skinned the thing, put it over himself, and he was like, oh, man, that feels so much better. And then he got home, and his wife, of course, being the considerate wife that she is, decided that she was cold, and she wanted the coat. And he was like, well, I'm not going to give you my coat. There's a whole heap of seals over there that would definitely accommodate us with their skin. So then he beat the crap out of another seal and gave it to his wife. Not the seal, but the skin. And then his kids wanted some because kids can't see anything their parents do without wanting the same thing. And then he killed a bunch of baby seals because, you don't want to drape a whole bull seal. I don't know if that's a technical term for a male seal, but you don't want to put a whole seal on top of a kid. I mean, kids, have you ever seen a kid run around with a big blanket? I mean, it trips all over the place. It's stepping on it and stuff. Now you got now you got to put that in the laundry room, and it's well, you can put it in the laundry room all you want, but you got to put it in the laundry machine, the laundry machine. That's the thing. Anyway, my point is, this guy, right? This guy, we'll call him Phil. Phil decided that it was he was going to be the man that survived the cold, okay? So he did what he had to do. And he murdered an entire seal family. Just walked up in there, they were having Thanksgiving dinner, and just proceeded to blow them all away. He had a shotgun in this scenario now. He ditched the stick because it was not as effective as a 12-gauge shotgun. Double barrel, sawed off, actually. Yeah. It was illegal where he was from, but he decided that he would take the risk because he was cold AF. But anyway, so back in the day, you did what you had to do, and you survived by killing animals. And if you saw an animal and you saw that it wasn't cold, and you take its skin, and then now you're not cold, and then you use its bones to make, I don't know, pots and spoons and whatnot. Back then, you did what you had to do. It was you understood that it was you or the animal, right? And now we fast forward to now, and fur trading, right, or even wearing any fur is viewed as inhumane, right? It's frowned upon, right? Just whole organizations against it. But my question is when the shift happened, right? We're talking about the shift between having to skin something to stay alive, right? And as opposed to doing it now for fashion, right? But back then, we understood that it was us or them, right? And it was only until after we were able to substitute the seal skin for, Gore-Tex or whatever Uggs are made out of. I think it's wool. I don't know. My wife never wears them. It was a waste of money. But the thing is, after we did that, right, now we started thinking about, well, do we really need to kill the seal, right? What is the seal feeling, right? What is it? it gets scared now every time it sees a person just walking by because it thinks it's going to get skinned alive. I think I just bumped my mic. I'm sorry about that. But here's the thing. Just as we were smart enough, right? If we were sophisticated enough, even maybe not so sophisticated back then, but we were, Phil had a brain. He was smart enough to know that he could use what he had around him to create a coat. We were smart enough to create something that maybe wasn't as, not as complicated and didn't involve murdering. But the thing is, I have to think, and part of me wants to think that the whole aspect, or at least the idea that these animals, right, have rights, or have thoughts of like, holy crap, I'm about to get skinned alive. You know what I mean? Like they have this rationality where they understand that it's either them or us. You know what I mean? To where, sorry, I'm stupid. The thing is, here's the thing. Are animal rights human created is what I was trying to say. I don't know why I was going around. I don't know. I'm not saying that I condone killing animals to wear them. I mean, what you do on your free time, as long as it's legal, is all right with me. But the thing is, I don't know. It puts you in that position. You have to stop to think. Is like, if we were smart enough to like think of something better, or at least something a little bit more efficient to use to keep us warm. Right now we have we have heating, and we have like fires, and yeah, I'm pretty sure they had fires back then. But you know what I mean. There's a lot of options as far as how to keep warm. Maybe it's that same brain. It's just that overdeveloped brain that we have. As limited as we can argue that it is, that kind of created this idea that maybe animals should be kind of like an equal playing ground. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's that guilt. It's like I don't know if it's, it could be guilt. It could be whatever. It could be just the fact that we just overthink way too much. You know what I mean? Like the more comfortable we get, the more things that we build for our own comfort, I think we start to just get bored, and we just start thinking of other stuff. Now here, I'm gonna pause here for a second and say, like I said, once again, I don't condone killing animals that I don't necessarily need to be killed. But if you're killing a seal and you're gonna eat it and you're gonna make a coat out of it, then I gotta think that at least you're putting you did it. With a plan in mind. You planned ahead. You didn't just go, I'm going to go club a seal because it looks like fun. I get where that's kind of fucked up. But yeah, I don't know. This stuff I think about sometimes is like, maybe animal rights are something that we created, because we are, quote unquote, smarter than some of these other species. And who's to say? And who's to say that they even think about themselves as seals? I always thought about that. Somebody, I can't remember who said that, but somebody told me, hey, do you ever think like an ant thinks like, hey, I'm an ant, like I'm ant number 4,742, not to be confused with ant 4,745, who's a complete jackass and doesn't answer your phone calls. Excuse me. No, it probably doesn't. I don't know. There's no way to prove that, but I'm saying, we know that we're human beings, and we know that we're pretty smart. And so maybe that's where that lies. Maybe that's our problem, is that maybe we're a little too smart for our own good, and we have all this, like, I don't know, just unanswered, just built up guilt that because we're the smartest, we have to just like, all right, let's take it easy, guys. It's almost like when, it's like we're the top of the food chain, right? For a good reason. And we have guns and A-bombs. And it's like when you're playing with your wife and you're playing Mortal Kombat and you're just beating the crap out of her, and you just slowly but surely you just start to wean back because you don't want to get her mad. That's what you do. Maybe that's the point that we are now. I'm not going to talk about like the meat industry and anything like that. I'm just saying, if it was me or a seal and I knew and I could do it, I would be able to justify, and I think a lot of people will be able to justify killing something to keep yourself warm. You know, it doesn't have to be a seal; it could be whatever. But I'm just saying, maybe maybe we should just chill out and kill everything inside. No, I'm just kidding. Have you guys seen that show Bird Box? I just saw a show. It's by the way, let me know what you guys think about that ramble that was 10 minutes long. I had no had no end, middle, or beginning. Bird Box. Sorry, I said that really loud. Bird Box. Bird Box with Sandra Bullock, which, by the way, I just there's not. She's all right. She's a good act. She's an all right actress. I'll say. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. She's okay. We'll leave it at that. She's good for what she does. But I think for me it seems like she kind of has like, I don't know, the same kind of character. No, not even that. I don't know. Just, you know, there's just some people that you look and you're like, yeah, it's pretty. She's good or he's good, but you know, I'd rather. I don't get excited when I see a Sandra Bullock movie, I guess is what I was gonna say. But then again, I do like Vin Diesel movies, which are arguably probably some of the worst movies out there, you know. But anyway, Bird Box. Vin Diesel's great. I don't know why I said that. I'm sorry, Vin. I love you. I don't know if you guys have seen this movie, but I thought it was a show actually when my wife was watching. I was like, yeah, you should just watch it without me. I'll catch up with it later. And I said, no, it's a movie. And I was like, oh, it's a movie. Okay, cool. And when I saw the preview for it, it immediately made me think of The Quiet Place, which I haven't seen. I have not seen. But anyway, so here's a spoiler warning. This is your only spoiler warning if you are listening to this and you haven't seen Bird Box. Go check it out. It's all right. And I'm not trying to be like a facetious. I don't understand. Like, I don't like to be one of those guys that likes to rain on everybody's parade. Like, if I don't like something, I'm gonna say I don't like something, and rest assured, if I don't like something or if there's something that bothers me about it, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you why I didn't like it. But anywho. It was a good movie. It was a fine movie. I mean, I haven't seen The Quiet Place, and I know some people have made like kind of the same thing. You know, Bird Box is basically, you know, there's monsters out there that you can't see because they make you kill yourself. That's okay. If you again, I'm gonna spoil most of it for you. So that's basically what the premise is. I'm not gonna get into like the whole. There was this video on YouTube I watched, and it was like super just deep analyzation of this movie, and I had no time for that. I mean I watched a bit of it and I was like, okay, cool, that's really neat that I didn't notice that in the beginning, but it still didn't make me feel better about what the complaint that I have about this movie. So basically, Sandra Bullock is this girl. She's pregnant. She got no man. Her baby daddy left. She's like a loner, you know. She's a painter, and her sister does everything for her or whatever. And then all of a sudden they start talking on the news. You know, they like that whole exposition on the news. It's like, oh, there's people killing themselves in Russia, and they don't understand why. And then they go to the hospital because they come do the sonogram, and she's like, oh, whatever. And then all of a sudden they just see some girl just like bashing her head on the freaking on the window, and then they realize like, oh my god, like the virus is making everybody kill themselves is here. Oh yeah, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. They think it's a virus at this point, right? And then just all hell breaks loose after that. They're just kaboom, everybody's blowing, everybody's like crashing into each other. It's like all of a sudden, I don't understand where all these like random fires appear when like there's chaos, but people be burning. And this lady, I can't remember, this is a scene where this lady just like walks into like a car that was on fire, and John Malkovich just like watches her, and I guess that was his wife or whatever. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So all hell breaks loose, and Sandra Bullock's sister dies, and they're all being and she goes to this rich person's house, and anyway, so everybody dies. Okay, everybody dies except even the people. Even Machine Gun Kelly is in it, by the way. That was like, is that fucking Machine Gun Kelly? Sorry for cursing, but I was like, what? And he has sex with this weird kind of looking girl. I'm not sorry, that might have been offensive. Anyway, so everybody dies, right? And it cuts to like 5 years later, and it's just her, this black dude, and her son, and then secretly, you're not supposed to know this, or at least they don't tell you, because it's all flashback. Like it starts with them it starts with her going into a river. I'm a horrible storyteller. Anyway, they're going down this river because they're trying to go to this safe spot, and she's like, "You can't look. You gotta keep your blindfold on, and if you're gonna die." And there's like these little kids, and it's like, "Please understand that you can't look, or you're gonna die." And they're like, "Okay, whatever." And then they go, and the movie does that. It just keeps going back and forth, like from her going into the river, and like giving them pep talks and stuff, to like how stuff went down. Anyway, so so it's just her, this black dude, and then there's another pregnant girl, but she got killed. She was forced to see the monsters that make you kill themselves. So it was basically, and they gave birth at the same time. It was just a weird. I was like, oh, that's a crazy coincidence. But anyway, so it's Sandra Bullock, the black dude, and then her son, and then the daughter of the other girl that was pregnant. And so they're going, they're just going through life or whatever, and they're trying to survive. And then something happens, and so here's the thing: there's people who can see, and they don't kill themselves. They just go crazy, and they force other people to see. And whether or not you become a crazy person and kill yourself, that's, I don't know. It's just like a roll of the dice. But anyway, they get ambushed, and the black dude gets killed. And so now it's just her and the two kids. And so now she's got to go through this river because she heard of a safe spot. And the black dude was like, "Yeah, let's go." And okay, so anyway, let's get to the fucking issue. So they go to this stupid river. Okay, they go down this river. The guy told them all you have to do is go down the river, and then you'll hear the birds, and that's what. And there's a whole thing about birds here, because birds can just they chirp whenever they see a monster. So she has like this little box full of there's like 3 birds inside of it, and that's what the name of the movie is called. It's called BIRDBOX, because the BIRDBOX tells you when there's monsters nearby, which you never see them. It's like a bunch of little wind and stuff. Anyway, so they're going down this river. And the guy tells them that in order to make it to where they are, they have to go through these freaking rapids, right? They have to go through these rapids. And so he says, "Okay, but here's the thing. Somebody has to look." And she's like, "What? That's fucking crazy. It's been 5 years and I haven't looked." I was like, "Yeah, somebody has to look, because the rapids they're gonna kill you. They're going to die if you don't make it. They're not going to, he made that abundantly clear, right? And so the entire movie, she has to decide who's going to look, right? Is it going to be her son, her flesh and blood, or is it going to be the girl that's not even hers, right? And she's just like, I'll decide. And the kids are being brave, like, I'll do it. And he's like, no, I'll decide. So that's like the whole thing, right? And so that's what you're waiting for the entire. Well, at least that's what I was waiting for. Like, who is she going to pick? And I was already thinking, it's going to be the girl. Because first of all, the girl doesn't even listen to her half the time. She tells her to stay in the boat, and then she doesn't. And then she almost takes her blindfold off. She's not the brightest. By the way, she's blonde, but I'm not going to make a joke about that because I don't even know any blonde jokes. But anyway, so she the girl, by the way, not Sandra Bullock. So anyway, they get to the rapids. And all this time he's been saying like, "Hey, we got to do it. Somebody's gonna have to look." Blah 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 blah. And then, right when she's about to say it, she just goes, "Nobody looks. Nobody's gonna look." And then she just goes down the rapids without looking, blindfolded. And of course, the boat capsizes. It's like a rowboat, and the boat flips over, and then now she's blindfolded in the water, which to me, that there has to be no worse fucking feeling than that. Pardon my French. There has to be no worse feeling than that, just being in the water, drowning. But anyway, so she's in the water. She's looking for her kids, right? Somehow she's just yelling out for them. "Over here, where are you? She finds them. Miraculously. And that's the problem that I have with the movie, is that nobody died. Okay? It makes it look like they're going to die. But then, by the way, that was really anticlimactic. I feel like I did the same thing the movie did, but that's what it did. It built up this tension, right? Like it was like a imperative that somebody saw. If somebody doesn't look, you're not gonna make it. That's what the guy said. That's what the guy said. But she's just like, nope. I guess she discovered, she realized that she really does love her kids, because like, she was kind of heartless. She was kind of a little bitch about it. She dehumanized them. She didn't even give them names because she didn't want to get too attached to whatever. But here's the thing. The guy told you that you had to look and you were gonna die. And like, I hate movies that do that, do like a Deus Ex Machina thing, which is like one of those times where it's like, this always happens. It always happens. It always happens. And this is the way it has to be. And then somebody, for some freaking reason, does it differently and then beats the odds. But here's the thing. This is not one of those feel-good movies. This isn't Rudy or those movies where the guy gets the girl or anything. This was a horror movie about a effed up situation. Okay, people are freaking killing themselves. People are setting themselves on fire, jumping out of windows, running into each other, just shooting themselves in the mouth. It's insane. Okay? And like, I appreciate that, you're in a shitty situation, but the movie just kind of does like a cop out, in my opinion. It just does like a cop out because everything's fine. Everybody else died, but Sandra Bullock and her 2 kids and the birds all make it to the safe haven. But it's like, no. If you're going to kill everyone, I think you should keep killing everyone. Honestly, I was hoping, and may call me a pessimistic, but I was hoping that when she got to that place, that there was going to be nobody. Or it was going to be a trap. It was going to be a trap set by those crazy people. Which is what she thought. You know what I mean? And like, I guess maybe the moral is not, or excuse me, the whole idea of the movie is like her growth as a person. First she was kind of cold, and now she's kind of open, and she like knows what it's like to love people, and she names her kids and yada 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 yada, right? Whatever. I get that. But I don't know. To me, like, I think it would have been a more significant surprise. Right? Like, I'm not saying it wasn't a surprise, because I'm sure. No, actually, you know what? I can't even say it was a surprise, because I feel like that was the obvious route to go. Either she doesn't make it or she does. But if you make the movie about her growth and then still make her not get to the safe haven, I feel like it still has the same impact. Maybe it's not exactly the same movie. I don't know, but I would have respected it more. Because the thing is, I feel like she knew that was a terrible idea to go into the river and just be blindfolded trying to go into these rapids. That was the obvious thing, was for her to fall and capsize. But then she survives, okay? And then we have this little scare where her kids are about to take off her blindfold because the monsters are making it sound like it's her, but it's not really her. But then they don't, and she finds them at the last second, and then they go to this door, and then like the monsters are right behind them, and then they open the door at the last second, and it's like, what? But why? Why was she able to get away? By the way, I haven't seen The Quiet Place, so I don't know if the ending that I'm describing, where everybody just dies and they still learn their lesson, but everybody dies anyway, is somewhat similar to A Quiet Place. But I don't know. I feel like Netflix kind of dropped the ball on that. I feel like they should have just let everybody die. And it's not. I'm not trying to say that because I'm an asshole. Not that I don't. Just because I said I didn't really care for Sandra Bullock. The thing is, it's a completely different movie. Like, I feel like they were setting up for a completely different movie, and then they just kind of went the safe route. And I was like, okay, yeah, she's alive. You could have made her learn her lesson anyway. That she could have valued her life towards the end. Maybe she would have done like some selfless sacrifice or something. Maybe only the kids survive and she doesn't. I don't know, man. I don't know. It didn't sit well with me. So, but let me know what you guys think. If you guys made it this long, I know I kind of rambled on for way too long on that one, but it was an alright movie. I'm not gonna say it wasn't entertaining to watch, especially like some of the ways that people were killing themselves, and like some of the ways that people like survived getting attacked, and like some of like the tense scenes where you're like, oh crap, like that, that person's about to turn, or like, is that person gonna be able to fend off that other person, or like, how is this person gonna save himself? Like that's kind of cool. But other than that, like I said, the ending to me was kind of like, I don't know. I feel like they played it kind of safe. I don't know if they were afraid that people were not going to watch it. By the way, I was watching an article saying that it broke the record. It was like 45 million streams on the first day or something like that. So it's not a bad movie, but I feel like I would have enjoyed it more if everybody just died. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. And my voice cracked. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you again for listening to this. This podcast was a little bit longer than last time. It's going on 25 minutes, and I might even just sit here and talk to them till we get to 30 minutes. I don't know. I hope you guys had a good New Year's. Hope you guys had a great New Year's. I had a pretty good one. I took the wife and my kid to some yeah. Don't you hate it when you're just like talking and then like you just lose everything what you were saying? No. We took a little trip to my dad's girlfriend's house. That's the only way I can describe it. I mean, I don't know. They've been together for a while. I really hope if they're listening to us, I hope they're not. They know I'm an awkward guy. I didn't mean to say it like that, but no. But they it was pretty fun. We did some karaoke and ate some food. Excuse me. But yeah, hopefully you guys had a great holiday. I don't know when I'm gonna post again. I actually have to go back to school next week. But yeah, I'm probably gonna go play some PUBG. I've been playing some PUBG Mobile. I don't have a console. I have a Wii U. That's how outdated I am. That's how not in the, up to date I am. So yeah, this is just a little thing that I'm going to be doing. I like doing these podcasts. It just lets me ramble on. And hopefully this is something you guys can be listening to on your way to work or something, while you're doing homework, while you're cleaning. You don't have to pay attention too much. But yeah, so just to recap, killing seals for warmth is okay, as long as you don't enjoy it too much. And BIRDBOX was a big heaping pile of crap that Sandra Bullock's overpaid bitch ass should have not been in, and they should have casted probably Scarlett Johansson, but instead of a blindfold, she should have had like a pair of used panties on her eyes. But then she's like, oh no, they're lacy, so I can see through them. And then she's like, oh, I see the monsters, but only because my underwear is so lacy. But then the monsters are like, is that Scarlett Johansson? Okay, I don't know what the hell I'm saying. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your weekend, or whenever the hell this is posted. I think this is probably going to go up on Sunday. So, yeah. So make sure you watch this. Listen to this whole thing before church, or even during church, Just put some headphones on. No one's going to notice. I mean, you could probably, just probably take them off when you go up there and eat the cracker. Sorry, that was a little Catholic joke. I'm not a good person. But yeah. Sunday probably when this thing's gonna be going up, but yeah, I'm still getting my sea legs when it comes to this stuff, guys. So please bear with me. I promise that I'm gonna get better at this, because I can't get any worse. Am I right? So with that in mind, I am going to talk just a little bit slower, because I'm almost at 30 minutes. You guys have a great day. Enjoy your evening, morning, afternoon, midday, fortnight. I think that's something else. And I will catch you guys later. That was me beatboxing. That was terrible. And actually, I just peaked the freaking microphone. Oh, man. Yeah. All right. And we are at 30 minutes now.